so today, Common Core Standard is really equations of circles on the coordinate plane. Okay, the coordinate plane is just a fancy way of saying on the graph. Okay, that's a fancy word for saying we're going to graph them, right, Noe? And so today's date is almost June 11th, 5/31. It's payday, even better. Okay. All right. All right. We got to make sure to highlight a couple of things on here. Okay. Let me get my highlighter. So first thing I'm going to highlight is this opposite, right? I'm going to highlight that. Okay. Opposite. So it says center is at HK, and I said opposite because it's going to be the opposite of these numbers, right? Right? We know that. Okay. So then, equation of circle is x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. Where x and y represent the x and y axis, right? And then the h and k are going to be the center, and the radius, of course, the radius of the circle. Okay, so let's take a look at example 1. You guys do it, okay? You guys graph example 1. I bet you can do it. I bet you can do this. You already got it done, didn't you? You're way ahead of me. Yeah. Way ahead of me. All right. Okay, so I'm kind of working on it too, and I got my center to be at +4, -1, because it has to be the opposites. So I put a point at 4, -1 for the center, and then the radius, I just took the 9, I took the square root of 9, and I got 3. So next what I'm going to do is just try and draw my circle. I'm going to go from my center, I'm going to go over 3, back 3. I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do my darn best to try and make a beautiful circle instead of a potato. Let's see how it looks. This one looks kind of like a potato, but remember, there we go. How's that? Kind of lumpy. It's a little bit lumpy, but you know it'll work, right? It's got a little lumpy spot here, but that's okay. We'll shave that off when we're ready to cook it, huh? Thumbs up? Okay, everybody thumbs up? Okay, now, example 2, we're going to do just the other opposite. We're going to find the equation. All we're going to do is find the equation. We're not going to graph it. We just need the equation. So, we're going to put it into this kind of form right here, okay? Okay, we're going to put it in that kind of form right there. So let's see here. I'm going to go parentheses. I'm going to go x minus a -2 squared, which would really be a +2, right? So I'm plugging the -2 right in there for my h. So my plus a y minus 4 squared. So I'll put my 4 right there for k, equals my radius squared, which is 5 squared. Okay, now technically that is the answer, but we can tidy that up a little bit, right? I mean, you know, so all I did was I put the -2 into my equation for h, I plugged the 4 in the equation for k, and I put the 5 into 5 squared, okay? And now I'm just going to tidy it up. So let's rewrite this as an x plus 2 squared plus a y minus 4 squared equals a 5 squared, which is a 25. How's that? That's the equation. Thumbs up. Sideways. Any sideways? Okay. It's okay. Okay. Slide it up for example 3. Okay, example 3. The endpoints of the diameter of a circle at -1, -1, and 5, 7. Graph the circle and find its equation. So, all right, I'm going to do that. So go negative 1, that's there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now I'm gonna kind of freehand a circle. I'm just gonna use a pencil because it's not gonna be very good because I'm not exactly sure where the center is. So I know the circle is gonna be something like. Again, I'm using a pencil because I'm gonna need to erase because it's really gonna be I'm kind of guessing. That is really a potato, huh? Looks more like an egg, doesn't it?
Davis, could you find something?
How?
Go up, find how many up there.
Hey, Keisha's got a great idea. So if we could find the midpoint of the diameter, right, we'd find the center. So Keisha thought, okay, if we count up and over, we could find the middle of that, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So if I count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I went up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Keisha's idea is instead of going up 8 over 6, let's do half of that for the midpoint. Let's go up 4, right? How am I doing? Up 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, 2, 3. That's got to be the midpoint. You guys agree with that? So I know some of this answer. So my equation of a circle is my x minus my h squared plus my y minus my k squared equals r squared. So right off the bat, I know h and k. I do. I know h and k because I know my center. Okay, I'm going probably too fast. But I know my center. In fact, I'm going to put it down a second. But I know my center is at 2, 3. Okay, my center's at 2, 3, right? And I like the way Keisha did it. You just count it. I don't need to use any fancy formulas. Go straight to it, right? Now, if that's the center, I can put my 2 and my 3 here and here, right? So I can at least go, okay, for the equation, I go, all right, x minus 2 squared plus that, y minus 3 squared equals r squared, right? Okay, so I'm just plugging in the center. Great idea, Keisha. Now, what about the radius of that? What about the radius of the circle? We need the length of the radius. Nice. Okay, you guys see, there's the radius, right? And then Claire suggested that we do just a little, like make a right triangle here. Okay, see my little right triangle? Okay, there's my little right triangle, right? You're way ahead of me. Yep. Let me ignore that, Claire. You're 100% correct, but I'm going to ignore it and show it. Okay, great idea. So, we need the radius, right? And it is a right triangle, so we can just use Pythagoras. So we go 1, 2, 3. We can go, okay, so for the radius, we'll go 3 squared plus 1, 2, 3, 4 squared equals this c squared. It's really r squared, right? C squared is really r. You guys agree with that? Let's just call it r because it really is the radius, right? So then I'm going to get a 9 plus a 16 equals r squared, right? I have 25 equals r squared. Now, I don't need to square root it. I'm not going to square root it. Why am I going to just leave it as 25? I want r squared, don't I? I mean, the radius is 5. I agree. I mean, the radius is 5, but I need r squared, so I'll put 25 here. And that is the equation of this circle, okay? How's that? I could probably draw it a little bit better than just the way it is. I mean, let me finish this up because it really looks pretty bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me erase my pencil and try and make this circle look a lot better than it does, okay? Not that it has to be perfect, but you know. And not that I'm a perfectionist, because I'm not. You can tell by my art. Skills are pretty bad. How's that? Okay? Guys ready to turn the page? Thumbs up on that one? Okay. So, real quick, Keisha found the center by just counting up and over. Claire found the radius by Pythagoras' theorem. Let's turn the page. Okay, last one. Okay, the circumference of a circle passes through 2, 3, okay, and has a center at 2, negative 1. So let's see, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Has a center at 2, negative 1. There's my center. Find the equation. Okay, so the equation, x minus h squared plus a y minus a k squared equals r squared. Okay, this one's actually pretty easy. In fact, this one's easier than the last one. You know the center, don't you? I mean, the center is here at,
We know the radius.
and we know the radius because you can just count it, right, Kurt? I mean, you just count the radius is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Agree? So we get the radius also. This one's easy, right? So it centers at 2, negative 1, so I'm going to go x minus 2 squared, because the h is 2, right? Plus my y minus negative 1 squared equals, like Kurt said, the radius is 4 squared. So that's the answer, but let's tidy it up, okay, because it's kind of sloppy. Got some double negatives and stuff, okay? So we're almost done with this equation. We're going to call it an x minus 2 squared plus a y plus 1 squared equals 16. Okay, there's my equation, right? And then let's figure out how to graph it. That's easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see if I can graph my circle in. How's that? Kind of potato-ish, huh? I don't know. Alright, so homework, here it is, and if you need graph paper, you guys are going to have to share, because I think I have 2 pieces left. Page 802, 216 even, that's not many problems, that's only 9 problems, okay? So,